Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiana and today I'm back with some more of Asher and the Pack Legacy Challenge. So before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who watched that first episode. I really appreciate all the support and all the kind words. Thank you so much for that. So we're picking up right where we left off. This is the morning or almost the morning after the last episode, and what I decided that we were going to do this episode is actually head over to Granite Falls and get started on some of the other stuff that Ash needs to do. So I figured while we were there, we would treat this almost like a weekend writing situation. So I am going to have him take a vacation day, and that's going to give us some time to work on the research and debate skill that he needs to earn, as well as the photography skill, in order for him to get this next promotion to level 6 of the writer career. Then also he needs to write the book for this gig that he picked up for his freelance writer like side job. So we're going to work on both of those things, but I also think this will be a really good time for us to work on his aspirations. So we still need to fish for 9 more hours, and he needs to mount or bowl 4 more fish. So I did bowl a fish, one of the goldfish that we caught. I think I have here in the second bedroom. Where is the second bedroom, by the way? Here. So we have a fish here in this little bowl. This is, what did I name him? Douglas. Douglas the fish. So Douglas is an exotic goldfish. So I did put him in a bowl in our guest room. So we have to bowl or mount 4 more fish, and I don't know where we would mount fish. This doesn't seem like a good apartment for our house for that, but we'll do it. And then he needs to get to the 4th level of the fishing skill. But then also, because we have 2 aspirations that we're working on for this level of the challenge, we also need to do the Outdoor Enthusiast one. So we haven't started this one yet, but he has to harvest 10 unidentified plants. We definitely, I believe, need to go to Granite Falls for that. And he also needs to catch 5 fish in Granite Falls. So here's what I'm thinking. I think he's going to go to Granite Falls for like a 2-day kind of like trip. I think we should spend some time working on his writing and getting his skills up so that he can get promoted. And I also think that during the day, we should be doing a little bit of fishing and exploring the area so that we can start working on the wellness component as well, because he does have to reach level 10 of the wellness skill. So as far as how he is doing with the requirements for the first level of the challenge, I know that he needed to work on fishing. We already know that he's level 4 there. So we're going to continue to work on that. And then we still have to start working on the wellness skill, or is it wellness? It's not wellness. It's whatever the other thing is with the ointments and the whatever else. So I'm going to actually have him speed up just a bit. I think as far as his needs are concerned, we're in pretty good shape. So we just need to get up, probably use the restroom and brush our teeth. And like I said, we're going to take 2 vacation days. Maybe not. I think the one challenge with having him work from home is that some of his work from home tasks, like what he had last time, was to get to know Sims in the arts quarter. So he's not going to be able to do that if we are in Granite Falls. So that's kind of the challenge with having him work from home while on a trip. So let's get up at 6. I think that's going to be a good time for us to wake up. And hopefully, I think that's when his alarm is set, even though he doesn't wake up with his alarm. Is anyone else having this issue, or is it just me? Because it seems like even though I have a Sim set up to get up when their alarm goes off, his is set for 7, for whatever reason, they just continue to lie there. And I thought maybe the solution to that was to have him have that rewards trait, I think like the early riser, but that doesn't do anything. Like that doesn't change anything for him. He still wakes up, he just ignores it completely when the alarm goes off. So I'm trying to figure out if there's an issue on my end or what the deal is, because as far as I know, I do have the most recent one. He looks so cute when he's sleeping. All right, Asher, let's speed this up just a little bit more, and then I think we'll have some breakfast before we head over there. So it's about 6:30, 6:45. All right, we'll wake up now, and we will address his needs. I still have not put my streamer mod in. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that. All right, come and use your restroom, and then take a quick shower. And then while he's doing that, I'm actually going to step away because no streamer mod. And maybe we'll grab a quick breakfast. He still doesn't know how to cook anything. So let's work on, wait, what is this? Finish writing a book. We're going to do that today. So we will save that. And then when he gets done, oh, I forgot. Select a branch for Ashley got promoted. Wait, we didn't finish the things we needed to do. All right, that's fine. So let's look at our options here. Select a branch for Asher Coleman. Author, if you love the freedom to embellish and invent, the author's life is for you. Call up a character, chase after a tale. The written word is yours. Rewards include the ability to make more money from books. And then he would be a short story writer, earning 81 simoleons an hour. And we would work Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, from 1 to 9, which is disrespectful. And then the other option would be journalist. It says, words can be powerful weapons when used to expose the truth. As a journalist, you'll dig up important dirt and scatter it for all to see. Rewards include the ability to interview other Sims about their lives. And that would be 56 simoleons an hour from 8 to 4, which is far more respectable. And then he just works Monday through Friday. So the one thing I'm going to keep in mind is that I do have a mod in my game that allows me to change the hours and days of the week that a sim works. So I always have that option, but also 56 simoleons an hour versus 81 simoleons an hour is a no-brainer. And also I have no intention on continuing to like meet Sims on the road, because it does say ability to interview other Sims about their lives. I don't want to do that. That's not what this challenge is about. So let's go ahead and select the author branch and let's see what that gives us. So he still has to work on research and debate. We need to get to level 4 of that as opposed to level 2. And then we need to get to level 5 of the charisma skill. And currently we're at level 4. And our daily task is to write books. So I am going to have him take a vacation day still, because I don't think I got an opportunity to select work from home. So once he is done with that, let's do a vacation day real fast. That's going to be here. And then do I see it? Did I pass it? I think him having like a darker take vacation day, only available 24 hours before the next shift. Excuse me? Oh, well, he doesn't have work today. That's why it's not giving me the option to do that. Okay, Kiana, you're being silly. All right, so he is going to come in here and have a quick meal. I think when he got the switch and promotion, I forgot that he was already supposed to work today. Let's do oatmeal. Let's do some oatmeal. And look at the lighting. I think I said something about that before. What self-discovery trait did he decline? Did that just happen? I did. I didn't see it. Okay, Kiana. Just so y'all know, it's 4 a.m. when I'm recording this, so you might be getting a little bit of like me just not paying attention to things. Let's finish this up, pal. I know you're hungry. That's why we're making the oatmeal. Don't be silly. All right, so I did also put in his inventory the research and debate skill book that we purchased in the last episode. So he's got that in his inventory to take with him on his trip. And then he also has the photography one, which we now no longer need since he doesn't have to work on that skill. But we don't have a charisma skill book, but I'm not as concerned. I think the only reason why, excuse me, Asher, can you carry that right? What are we doing? The only reason why I want him to use the skill books is because he's a bookworm sim. And I think he would prefer to learn by book as opposed to kind of learning some of the other ways that we do in the game. So that's why I'm going to continue to stick with that option. So let's move this photography book back. And then let's pick up 2 charisma books. And then we'll take those with us on our trip. All right, so we're gonna go to skill and then let's scroll down to charisma. And I think I'm gonna get volume 1 and volume 2 because I don't know what is gonna get us to level 5. That's 225 simoleons, and we're just gonna grab both of those and take them with us on our trip as well. So let's slide those into our inventory. Asher is done eating. Did he clean his dish like a good boy? He did not. Asher, how dare you? All right, clean that up. And then we are going to get dressed. What's this? Thanks for ordering. Okay. So since he doesn't have to do like any major stuff this time, I'm not going to change his clothes too much, but I will have him come in here and get dressed. So let's change our outfit. And I'm just loading up the game, so it's going to take forever for this stuff to load in. Let's go with this one. And then he can come in here and brush his teeth. And then we're going to pack up and get ready to go. Brush teeth. So on this little weekend retreat that's happening during the week, both the things that he needs to do line up perfectly with what we're going to be doing. Publishing 3 books. I don't know that we're going to get that done. That one's still going to elude us a bit. But we do have to write a book for our daily task for work. So maybe that will count even though we don't have work until tomorrow. All right, so let's come here, pal, and let's put our suitcase that I just purchased in your inventory. So let's pick that up. And then he's got 8,399 simoleons. I think before we leave, just because I know we're about to spend a little bit of simoleons, let's pay our bills. Because I think we got bills yesterday. I think it is in here, and then bills, and then pay utilities 752 simoleons, and then I have 3 weeks until our property taxes are due, and that's 9,580 simoleons. Good grief, that's going to be a problem. We're going to definitely have to make sure that we are doing more freelance jobs. All right, so let's pay our bills. 752 simoleons. Okay, so pay everything is that. Our power bill is 73 simoleons. Water bill is 2 simoleons. Wish that was my life. Trash is 132. That's expensive. Cable is 75. Premium cable. Why do I have regular cable and premium cable? Pay internet bill. A lot is going on here. Internet bill and premium internet bill. And then our cell phone. I guess this is why you have to pay attention when you were signing up for premium services. All right, so we have taken care of all of our bills, 752 simoleons. Let's go ahead now and get ready to travel. So we are going to go on vacation. I'm going to click on the car. We are going to just plan a regular vacation. And we're not taking anyone with us. Just gonna go do a little bit of writing, spend a little bit of quiet time out in the forest because he likes that apparently, allegedly. He's feeling very inspired, so this is the perfect time for him to do it. He is on the phone for a very long time planning this. Fussy feeling, I don't know what that is. All right, so we'll wait for this to come up, and then it looks like we got something different in our job thing. I don't know what that is, but I'll go back and look at it in just a second once we get there. So we are going to Granite Falls, and I did update the world, even though I don't think I have a map replacement for this one. I'm gonna have to get on that. But so in Granite Falls, we've just got a camp over here, then we've got some cabins, and down here we've got a spa. That's probably not going to be so much for Asher, but I think since the next generation is going to be spa day, we're going to be bringing our kid with us, and that's going to be perfect for them. So I did place this one down. This is the writer's cabin. This is perfect for a sim like Asher. So we're going to go here, and we're going to come to this writer's cabin for 2 days. So it's going to be 2,908 simoleons. We have got to make some money quickly, and I'm going to click OK. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of a hydration break while we're waiting for this to load in because we do not know how long that's going to be. right, so we are here, and he has changed clothes again. He's feeling energized. Let's change right back to what we had on, which I believe was this one. So this is the little cabin that we're going to be staying at. This is the writer's cabin. It is by Bojana Sims YT. So this is a new series, so I may not have said this already, but most of my build, like she's one of my favorite builders. I've actually worked with her personally to make a build like personally for myself. So I do tend to have a lot of her builds in my game, and I find there's always some sort of way to like showcase them. So here is where we're going to be staying. I didn't change a whole lot. I did add in a some stuff for him to have some coffee and tea, but that's pretty much it. So we're going to be, for this early part of the morning, I think doing a little bit of work. So because this book is due by 9 a.m. tomorrow, I want to get him to knock that out. So before we do that, let's put our suitcase upstairs in our bedroom. That's going to go here. So we'll have that there just in case we need it. And then he's just going to come in, and I would like him to set up here in the little office. And maybe what we can do is make ourselves a cup of tea before we get started on the work. I think that would be a cool little vibe. So let's boil this kettle. And it's actually a really warm day out, so let's make sure that we've got the AC on, set it to cooler while we're waiting for our kettle to boil. And I think otherwise, he's probably in pretty good shape here. We can also turn on, I think there's a stereo here. Yes, there is. All right, so let's turn this on. Let's get a little bit of jazz going. Turn on, or did I say he liked, I think I said he liked lo-fi music, but I don't know for sure that this channel is going to be okay for streaming or recording. So I think I will just keep it safe and stick with the jazz, which is going to be here. And then hopefully our kettle is done boiling. It is. So let's grab a cup of tea. We're going to make, what is Asher's favorite tea? I feel like he's kind of like a no fuss kind of guy. At least that's the vibe that I'm getting from him. So let's just go with pitch black tea. So he's gonna come over here, he's gonna make his tea, and then we're gonna go start working on that book. Okay, well, I don't know why they don't automatically grab it. So come over here and grab that, Asher, but then also come and sit here. Steady sit. And then let's start working on the book that you need to do, which, wait, before I clicked on that, I probably should have confirmed what you needed to work on. You need to work on a fantasy novel. Cool. All right, so let's get that up for you. So it's going to be freelancer, write a book, and then I said fantasy, and we're going to accept that. Oh wait, he hasn't chatted with the client yet. Stop doing that. Chat with the client. That's fine. Stop doing that though. We're going to scrap that book because I don't know if it works if I keep the book open. Let's chat with the client. Freelancer, chat with client. He's finished his tea already. Oh, this is super realistic. There's like a tea bag in there and everything. All right, let's speed through this a little bit. I don't know how long this takes. Meanwhile, he's feeling very flirty. I did say that I wanted him to go on a date with Zoe in this episode. We'll see if we end up getting back to Oasis Springs to do that. I'm not sure if that's actually going to work out. All right, so he's done chatting with the client. Now let's write that fantasy novel. And what I'm hoping for is like by the early evening, he will be free to start doing some fishing. Freelancer, write book. Now we're going to write that fantasy novel. And he is ready for some action. My goodness, Asher. Emotionally mindful from being mindful. moving on up from promotion. I still don't know how he got the promotion when we hadn't met the criteria. The whole point of this harder writer career that I downloaded was to make it a little bit more difficult for that to happen, but I guess not. His focus +2 from drinking tea. It says a little caffeine can help us in focus, and he's feeling energized from his active trait, and apparently the client was rude. It says he's tense +1 from chatting with the client. Some people just don't know how to communicate. Spirits are not high for this one. And then that's from him feeling confident from his minty fresh breath. All right, so let's speed 3 through this because we will be here forever if we don't. And my goal right now is for him to be done by like 3 p.m. because that still gives us some daylight to go out and explore and find some plants. So actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me switch him to the other aspiration because we're going to be a little bit more focused on that one for today. So let's go to Outdoor Enthusiast, and then hopefully we can work on harvesting those 10 unidentified plants and of course catching those 5 fish. And we've reached writing level 8. It says Asher can now write science fiction. Fantastic. So that should definitely help us as we continue to try to make more simoleons to hopefully eventually move on up and get a bigger place, because I kind of like the idea of Asher having like 2 or 3 kids once he figures out who he wants to be married to. All right, so this is actually working out perfectly. We're almost done with the book and it's just a little bit after 2. So as long as we don't have to like edit it or anything, we should probably be in pretty good shape for the other stuff that I want him to do. All right, so it says, what an achievement. Asher finished writing an entire book. The book will be added to his inventory for future reading enjoyment. Asher can also publish it. Just click on the mailbox. So for our job, we have satisfied the requirement for that freelancer gig. Now we just have to get the book approved. So let's go back to freelancer. Oh no, I have to do it in his inventory. I forgot. All right, so here's our book. It says The Raven Headmistress. Didn't change a thing about that. Let's send that to the client for approval and see what we get back. Oh, you have to get up to do this. All right, so we got 4,096 simoleons. It says they loved Asher Coleman's work. Their feedback included praises for bringing back fan favorite characters, adding a new twist to old plot lines, and introducing a wholly new interesting threat to be explored in later books. And it says approved. This is exactly what we were looking for. Keep up the great work, Asher. Fantastic. All right, so let's go out and do some exploring. I have never done this before, so if it's like weird or clunky and I don't know what I'm doing, my apologies in advance, but I don't actually just randomly walk around worlds in The Sims and harvest things. It's just not my normal way of playing, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because it's going to force me to do stuff that I don't typically do in this game. So he's going to go over and harvest these. I don't know how this is going to work because that's not unidentified. Like, we definitely knew what it was. So I'm going to have to keep going to see when and where do we encounter these unidentified plants. And I don't know like how this stuff works with like seasons. Are there situations where there are certain plants that aren't going to be available all the time? So yeah, lots for me to learn, but the good thing is we've got like 2 whole days here, so we've still got plenty of time. Let's harvest all. We'll just continue to do that and see if we end up eventually harvesting unidentified plants. There was one. Looks like that's all to harvest right now, so it's just going to keep telling me that. Wonderful. This is very scenic though. I think at some point it would be nice for him to take like a little hike or something. I think we can do that here. And I think I also have it set up for him to be able to swim here as well. All right, so we are now cooking. We have identified 2 unidentified plants. Can we get over here? We cannot. All right, so let's keep going. This is like a campground area. Let's harvest all. I'm guessing that there's identifying characteristics that I'm not paying attention to that would help me to confirm when we need to be, or when it's unidentified versus when it isn't. All right, we're back over here by like another fishing area. Look how beautiful this is. Like, this is so scenic. I think this is where I took the picture for the thumbnail. It's like right around here somewhere, but this is so stinking beautiful. All right, I think that might be the limit to where we can go in this direction. And we've already identified 2 unidentified plants. So we're making good progress as far as that's concerned. I'll look a little bit more, but then I think we'll just start doing some fishing. Here's a plant right here. Don't know, again, what counts and what doesn't, but we'll just keep looking. And then here's something here. I think it's when it says wild plant. I'm learning as we go. So let's just follow along with Asher while he is doing his little harvesting. I'm going to check on his mood. He's doing really well. He does have to use the restroom at some point, and he's a little hungry. So we'll take care of that in a bit, but I do want him to do a little bit of fishing, and maybe we can like fish for our dinner. I think that would be cool. I don't need this spamming up our notification area. Oh, we acquired the garden skill. I didn't see that. Asher's new skill in gardening will allow him to plant, water, weed, and harvest. New interactions and advanced techniques are unlocked at higher levels. All right, so that is our 3rd of 10 plants that we needed to download, or not download, my goodness, that we needed to find that are unidentified. I don't know if I see anything else readily available, and that's fine because we still have another day here after this. So I think I'm just going to find, oh wait, here's a plant. Wild basil bush. It's not ready to be harvested, but there is another plant that I'm spying over here. Wild plant, harvest all. So those are definitely the ones that we need. And then I'm just going to look for a place for us to do some fishing really fast. Is there fishing over here by this little, yes. Do I see any plants though before we get there? There's some frogs, but I don't think there's anything in this challenge about frogs, at least not in this section. So I'm not going to worry about that. Here's another wild plant though. Let's harvest that one. And then once he's done with that, he can come over here and do a little bit of fishing. And maybe we can collect our dinner, and then he can actually use his minnow as bait. What is this? Is it foggy? Maybe because it's starting to get a little bit later in the day, or there's something going on over there. Wait, what's this? Explore woods, take me to lodging, take me to bathroom. Okay, so eventually I do like the idea of us exploring the woods. And is this the woodpecker? I think it is. It's not moving though, so I don't know if we should be concerned about that. All right, Asher. Let's start moving it, pal. He takes a long time to go places. All right, so now we are doing pretty well. Like, this first little trip is going so well. Just look at how beautiful that is. Like, I know it's incredibly fake and cartoony, but just imagine how beautiful that would be. Like, just with those mountains overlooking as he fishes. All right, so back to our Outdoor Enthusiast aspiration. He now has harvested 5 out of the 10 unidentified plants that we need in order to get us to the next level of this aspiration. And then while he's fishing, well, it's going to stop him for a second, but let me just look at what is in level 2. Achieve level 4, that's the name of the skill, the herbalism skill. Cook 2 plates of beetles over campfire. Everything about that sounds disgusting. And then eat 10 plants. Cool. All right, so we're just going to do a little bit more fishing. Like I said, my goal here is twofold. So I want to catch 5 fish in Granite Falls, but I also want him to catch something really good for dinner tonight. Speed that up. He hasn't caught anything yet, which is not great because he's actually quite hungry. Here's Gavin. Gavin says, I managed to get tickets to a New comic performance at the local comedy club tonight. The show starts in 2 hours. Do you want to come with me? Sorry, I'm busy then because I am away. Asher caught a perch worth 17 simoleons. What else might be out there? That actually brings up another thing that I haven't paid attention to. Where exactly is the collection? Is it here? It's not. Inventory. That makes sense, doesn't it? For it to be here. So as far as the fish collection is concerned, because I think we have to finish the fish collection. I'll check that in a second. We've got 2 of 22 that need to be completed. So still quite a ways to go there, which is actually kind of unfortunate because I feel like we've caught quite a few different kinds of fish. I think we wrapped up quite a few of them last week and put them in our refrigerator. So I'm confused as to why it says we only have 2. Alright, so while he's fishing, I'm just going to go back and look up the rules so that I can remember what we're supposed to be working on. I think I have them saved somewhere. At least I thought I did. Yes, I do. Okay. So he's supposed to be completing the angling ace aspiration, completing the outdoor enthusiast aspiration, dating a sim with a squeamish trait. We're going to work on that next. Taking your sim and partner on a holiday to Granite Falls. That'll be later. Max out the herbalism skill. Complete the fish and insects collection. That was the other collection we needed to work on. And then enter the secret lot in Granite Falls and befriend the Hermit. So that'll probably be something that we work on in a future trip for sure. So the skills that we need to work on are herbalism, and I think as a part of the aspiration we have to complete the fishing skill. So we should probably be looking for insects as well while we're here. Asher ran out of minnow to use. He will continue fishing without bait. Well, I just caught another minnow, so why wouldn't you just use that? So far, he's only caught 1 fish and then a strawberry, which, okay. So I'm not sure how successful he's going to be at catching his own dinner for tonight. Did I slow it down or did it slow down on its own? I don't know. But it just looks so nice here. I don't think that I've ever, probably not very many times, just come to Granite Falls to hang out here. It's usually been in the winter time as like a romantic cabin getaway or something like that whenever I do come here. But it's nice to actually use it for its intended purpose. Or he caught a trout. All right, that's actually good. We can have that trout for dinner tonight. Yeah, it's quality good. Wonderful. And then for our aspiration, we've caught 3 of the 5 fish that we need to catch in Granite Falls. I'm going to see if he can catch 1 more. And then it's 7:30 and he has to use the restroom and he's hungry. So we will head back to our lodging so that we can start taking care of some of his needs. All right, what did he just catch? Salmon. All right, that's going to be perfect for dinner. All right. So we are done with that. He wants to light a campfire. He wants to level up on his logic skill. Gavin at this point might be harassing us. Hello there, Asher. I thought some more about what you said and concluded that Hector Laurent and I probably wouldn't get along. I don't even remember that. It's only been a couple of days since I uploaded the last episode. But I did record that episode quite a while before it got uploaded just because for some reason my internet that day decided to take 2 days for a 90-minute video to upload to YouTube. I do not know what is going on, but it was also around the time that some people were working outside my house to do something and they cut my internet. It was a whole to-do. So yeah, that was a bad time for me to be rolling out a new series, but it worked out. All right, Asher, come and use the restroom first. And then I think in order to make sure that he has the fish that I want him to have, how does that work? I wonder if he needs to have all of the other fish out of his pockets so that I can make sure that he eats the fish that I want him to eat. Can I do that? Can I just set these fish down randomly on the countertop? Let's set the trout down. Oh, this is weird. I don't like how this looks. And then let's just set that perch down there. I'm just doing this because I want to make sure that he eats the salmon. And I don't know for sure that I'm able to do that. We've got some lightning bugs and stuff out here. This is just so scenic. All right, come light this fire. I think the next thing that I'm going to have him do is just sit out here since it's starting to cool down a little bit and read, since he's got to work on his skills. I love the idea of him sitting out here and getting a good read in. All right, so he lit the fire. Let's roasted fish. And yeah, so I was right, they're not going to give me the option, but at least in this case we know that the only fish he's got is that salmon, even though that does not look like the salmon. That looks like a very ashy something or another fish, but we are going to know that he's eating this salmon that he caught. And then yeah, like I said, after he has dinner, maybe he can have like a quick dessert, like to roast some marshmallows, and then we can sit out here and read a skill book. Like, this is the perfect kind of getaway for him to just kind of get a little bit of solitude. I love this for him. It's taking a really long time to cook this fish though, buddy. Whenever you're ready, pal. Okay, what is this? Level up the logic skill from a high skill level. I don't know that we need to do that for any reason, so I'm not necessarily going to want to click on that. All right, so he is eating the salmon. Good. So we actually caught our own food, and we're eating our own food that we caught for dinner, and he acquired the cooking skill. Asher's new skill in cooking will allow him to prepare delicious, straightforward classics. Yum. The higher the skill level, the more recipes become unlocked. Alright, so let's finish that, buddy, and then I do think that he should probably switch out this thermostat because it is getting cooler out. We definitely don't want to have the AC on right now. So whenever he's done eating, whenever he's done, sir, and then we'll put these fish back in our pockets, and maybe we'll mount a couple of these so that we can go back to the other portion of our aspiration. But for now, let's just throw these back in our pockets. Some smelly pockets. Can you clean this up? And then last fish back in our pockets, and we are going to turn this thermostat to warmer. I don't know that he ever touched the thermostat the first time because it said it was still set to off. Can he not reach it? Because if not, I'm just not going to bother with it. No, it looks like he can. He just didn't when I asked him to before. Oh, okay, he's cleaning it up. Okay, he's cleaning up other stuff. Cool. It is now 10 p.m. or almost 10 p.m. I'm trying to see if he can actually reach this thermostat. Anytime now, buddy. Okay, he can. Wonderful. So do I want him to roast a marshmallow for dessert, or do I want him to just start reading his skill book? Let's see. Where is he at with his hunger? We can always do that tomorrow, but he's doing actually really well with his energy, so let's just do it now. Roast. Our options are, let's just roast marshmallows. We'll do that really quickly, and then I just want him to sit here and do a little bit of reading. I think that would be really nice. We also have a grill out here, so if he wants to grill something, he's got the option to do so as well. I have personally never went to camping before. I don't do well with outdoors and like all of the elements that come along with that, like bugs and miscellaneous creepy crawlies and creatures. Not my thing, so we're just gonna all live vicariously through Asher right now. All right, so how long? I don't know how many of these he needs, so maybe we'll just do one more, and then he can come over here and sit down. Okay, so he's actually doing really well. He's focused. It says in the zone from excellent creations. Oh, okay, well, we'll stop that now. Looks like it disintegrated randomly, so that's kind of weird. Come sit over here. Watch the stars with Caroline. Who the hell is Caroline? And why is she showing up? Is this Caroline from L series? Could be. I think they did meet when he was in San Myshuno in the last episode. Asher, anytime, buddy. Yeah, let's just stop that now. Come and sit down. And then what are the 2 books that he needs to read? He needs to reach level 5 of the charisma skill, and he's really far behind on his research and debate. So let's start there. Let's pull out our research and debate book, which is this one here. And let's start reading it. Research and debate, look it up. What? No, I don't want you to, I want you to watch it. Why would you, I told you to sit out here. Go back outside. I'm mad at him just deciding where he wants to read. Are you not able to read on that, what is that, like a love seat? Can you not read out there? Asher, please do what I ask. I don't like this. I don't like this defiance from you. Oh, and he's intentionally not taking the book because he is deciding what he wants to do without me. All right, sit down there. I'll show you. I'm locking these doors. I just want to see if he can read it out there. Like, why wouldn't he be able to? Lock for everyone. Are there other doors? Yes. Is this a door? That's not a door. That's a window. And then let's take this front door and let's lock that one so that you can't come around and do it from there. All right, now let's see if you can read that book, because there shouldn't really be a lot of reason why you wouldn't be able to. You can read on like a sofa or a love seat. He is practicing extreme defiance. So he would rather read on this bench than read on this sofa. I don't understand that, but fine, whatever, at least you're outside. So I'm going to fast forward through this. I'm trying to, my goal for this evening, it's 11 something. So let's try and see if we can't get him to level 1 / would it be level 2? I'm always confused about how this game works. Yeah, he's already on level 1. So let's try to get him to level 2 of 4. And then I think, what's this? Harvest an identified plant. We're definitely going to do that. So we will pin that. And then I think we'll have him head to bed. He's actually doing pretty well, it looks like, on his sleep. But we'll make sure we take care of that so that in the morning he can do some more stuff outdoors. And he does have work. So I think we're just going to take the vacation day. I don't necessarily want to have him read or write anything tomorrow. I think we're just going to focus on outdoorsy stuff. Are we close to getting to level 2? We're not that close. 66% complete. All right, Asher, let's stop doing that because it's almost 3 a.m. All right, I want you to head to bed so that we can be ready for tomorrow. So let's head upstairs. Maybe he could have sat out here and read. That would have been nice. Oh, I can't do anything because I locked the doors. So let me unlock those really fast. Unlock. And then unlock. We can turn this off as well. Turn off. And then let's come upstairs. We are going to come to our suitcase and change into our PJs. Let's go with that one again, and then he can come and brush his teeth. This is a very nice sink. Brush teeth, and then he can head to bed. Sleep, woohoo alone, my goodness, game. All right, pal, are you on your way? He is. You can't get in there? Wait, no. Why can't you get in? You can't get in this door at all? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Go here. You can get in the door. You just can't brush your teeth? Brush teeth. What about this sink? Brush teeth? I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to do that. Is there a bathroom down here? There's no bathroom down here. There's only the upstairs bathroom, and you can't brush your teeth in either of these sinks. Is it because of the stuff underneath? It shouldn't be, because maybe it is. Let's try and see if we get rid of this, what happens. So let's just destroy all the stuff underneath this side of the sink. Destroy. And is this just like a... Yes. All right, now let's try. Brush your teeth. Now he can. Okay. Sorry, I have to cough. Alright, it took me forever to find the mute button. Alright, now he has brushed his teeth. It's 3:40 in the morning. We are going to head to sleep. I'm still confused as to why he wouldn't read that book where I wanted him to read it. That might be the first time I've ever experienced that, where they wouldn't just do what I asked when it came to reading. Alright, so we did acquire the research and debate skill. This is Asher's new skill in research and debate allows him to build compelling opinions backed by facts and figures. Use the electromagnetic research archive machine or a mirror to build skill and unlock new interactions. Gavin, I'm going to block you. At some point, we might need to get law enforcement involved. Hey, Asher, Leah Hawata has asked me out on a date. Should I say yes? Yes, do that. And maybe you will call me less because you'll be busy. All right, so it's a little after 8. He's actually not doing that bad on his sleep, but we'll let him go ahead and get all the way up to 10. Or he will just get up when he feels like it. Vacation ending. There's 1 day left in the vacation. And then there's the fitness fest going on, which we will not get to for many, many packs yet. All right, so let's use this bathroom. And I'm going to have him grab some breakfast from downstairs before we get ready to go. Brush your teeth first, buddy. After you do that, brush your teeth. And then let's just go ahead and get changed into our outfit for today. So since he's going to be doing a little bit more exploring, I do have an explorer outfit for him. So he'll wear that today with his little camping backpack. All right, so breakfast wise, we are going to do what? Let's see. I'm pretty sure that we can't reach this microwave. I would be very surprised if we could, but I'm going to test it just to see. It was already here. Have a quick meal or drink. Can we have a breakfast burrito from this microwave? What? We can actually reach that? We can, looks like. We can reach that? Okay. Well, that's a good, excellent use of counter space. He's going to have this breakfast. Yep. Yeah. All right. I got my hopes up. I knew there was a chance that he wasn't going to be able to use it. All right, let's clean that up, pal. Can you eat it cold? It looks like he can. All right. Hopefully he doesn't get like a super bad moodlet from doing that. I don't like how this keeps clipping through, so I'm just going to get rid of this. That looks just awful. Asher, you really got to learn how to cook, buddy. This is not my idea of a delicious meal. All right, and let's clean that up. And now he can head out. So I think the goal for today is going to be finishing up the first level of this aspiration. So we have 5 more unidentified plants to look for, and then we also need to catch 1 more fish. And then I think since we also have to complete the insects collection, I should probably start paying more attention to like the ground, because I'm guessing that's where the insects are. Like in my regular gameplay, I'm not going around looking for where creepy crawlies are, so I don't know exactly where I will find them. But that's the beauty of this challenge. I'm doing all kinds of things I would normally not do. All right, let's harvest that. There's our woodpecker friend again. This time he's actually moving around. Love that for us. And don't think I can get back there. I did say I wanted to explore the woods today, so while we're here by this sign, I'm actually going to have him do that. I just want to see what happens. Never done it before. Alright, so we checked that off. And now he wants to read a book, I'm guessing. Write a nonfiction book. I can't promise that because I don't know what you're going to need to write, so I'm just going to leave that for now. Zoe Patel, want to go bowling tonight? Oh, Zoe asked us out on a date. I don't know for sure that she was considering it a date, but I'm considering it a date, so maybe we'll focus on that later. Wait, where are we going? Did we have to leave in order to do that? I didn't want to leave. Alright, so now I know what that does. I'm just going to X out of that. Why would I have to leave in order to explore the woods? Okay, cool. Either way, let's just continue doing what we're doing now that we know what that does. I'm just hoping that these things just start to appear, especially like the insects and stuff. I'm guessing that these aren't insects that I can collect. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for. So we're going to be exploring together. Alright, I think this might be a wild plant, so let's harvest that. That'll get us to 6 of the 10. So we might actually be able to finish that entire first level of our aspiration today. This is a camp. We can't get in there. Was there something over there that I missed? Yeah, well, there's like diggables and stuff, but no one said anything about those things being necessary for this challenge, so I'm going to leave that alone. Here is another wild plant. Let's harvest that. I think we're getting into the outer bounds of where we're able to go as far as this neighborhood is concerned. That's not a wild plant, but I think this one is. No, that's a wild basil bush, but that's fine. Here's some insects, right? Catch insects with net. Sure. There's a creepy lady standing in a bush over here. Who is this creep? This creep is Kayla Fleming. So not normal at all for her to be randomly hanging out in a bush. Hopefully me selecting catch these with a net doesn't end up creating a problem for us where they get out of it or something. I don't know. Alright, Asher has caught 3 bees. They can be found in his inventory. Fantastic. And we acquired the entomology skill. That doesn't seem like something we need for this challenge. Asher's new skill in entomology will allow him to raise an unknown caterpillar in the Flutterarium caterpillar incubator. More options for raising caterpillars are unlocked at higher levels. So I'm guessing this is an adventure awaits thing. So we're going to ignore that completely because Asher does not need to do that. And we're going to get rid of some of that stuff because it is clogging up our notifications. Alright, so we're making some progress here. Is that a plant? Nope. And then there's just still Kayla. Alright, I'm just going to do a little bit more exploring because we are now cooking with gas. We're finding stuff. Found some insects. Is this another plant? It is. Making some real progress on that. We're at 7 of 10. We're about to be at 8 of 10. And I don't know about this entire area over here. Have we been over here before? We're going to go now, see what we can find. There's some frogs over here, so maybe there's insects and stuff too. Not looking promising. Seems like the type of place where you would find all kinds of things though, like along this river area or this little creek or whatever we're calling it. Wild basil bush, harvest all. At the very least, he has stuff that he can add to his food as he learns how to cook. Alright, so I don't think that these are insects that we... Oh wait, maybe they are. Collect insects with net. They are insects that we can collect. Cool. So what do we have over here? That's all the harvest right now. Fine. Where's our guy? Here he is. And I think this time I want to fish from that little creek as opposed to fishing over here by this little lake area. He's going to collect the insects. Alright, he caught 3 mosquitoes. They can be found in his inventory. Alright, so we're towards the end, like of the area where we're able to explore here. What else do I see? Is this a wild plant? Yes. So we only have one more wild plant that we need to collect after this. So this has been like a really productive trip. And is that another one over there? I think, no, that's basil, but that's fine. We'll collect it anyway. All right, so we're on the lookout for insects. We're on the lookout for wild plants. And we still have one more fish that we need to collect here in Granite Falls. Let's see. The insects I'm having the hardest time finding because they're so teeny tiny. Wild plant, a wild basil bush. That's fine, we'll collect it anyway. And then there's something over here. What's this? That is a wild plant, so that should be, oh, we can't collect it. Darn it, that would have been our last one that we needed. I was gonna say, where are you? Oh, he's already on his way to get it. Okay, no, he's not. I don't know what he's doing now. Well, what did I just ask you to do? That's a problem for you. That's the one that you can't collect anything from. Is this Kiko? Why is Kiko here? I guess that's on me for not deleting any of the Sims from the prior save, because I definitely did not do that. I left them all in. So I'm sure Elle is probably floating around here somewhere in this world. Well, not necessarily in this one, but definitely in the save. All right, I really want to collect that last plant, that last unidentified plant. Harvest all. It says it's a wild plant, so maybe this will count as the last one that we need in order to complete that portion, at least, of the first level of the aspiration. And what's this stuff? Potato plants. None of those are unidentified. So this one should complete this portion, right? Yes. So we have now harvested 10 unidentified plants. And now, where's that creek? Because I wanted to go to the creek to fish. It's right here. And there's someone over here. Who is this? It's Caroline. Something tells me that this game is trying to like put him together with Caroline, but I don't feel comfortable with that because I don't want Caroline to be his partner in this save, but she is super cute. It would just be weird because she's Elle's friend in her save. But I like that she is out here with her athletic wear on. She is getting her groove on. She's doing a little fishing. Caroline is not outdoorsy though, so it's very confusing that this is the sim that the game chose to put here. It's also unfortunate that Sims can't talk to other Sims while they're fishing. They still can't, right? Let's see. Let's see if we're able to ask Caroline about her day. Can we talk to her? No, we can't, because it's now saying we have to stop fishing in order to do that. That's bizarre. Like, I guess in my mind, the way that I see this going in the future for Asher is that he's going to be bringing his kids here with him, and he's going to be sharing in the things that he loves. He loves to fish, and according to the challenge, his parents were fishermen and women, fisher people. So he, will probably want to share that experience with his kids, and he won't be able to actually talk to them while he's doing it, and that's actually really, really weird. All right, some seaweed. I just want us to catch that 5th fish. I think if we do that, then I will consider this a successful trip to Granite Falls. And then let's see how long I've been recording. We may actually still have time to head back home and then go on that date with Zoe. Let's see. I'm good. I've only been recording for a little over an hour. All right, Asher, just give us one more fish, buddy. You can do it. And it looks like he's doing really well with his fishing skill. We're trying to get to, I don't remember what level. I think we were trying to get to level 5, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, we're trying to get to level, sorry, there's a very loud something that's just going by. Super duper loud, and it's 5 a.m. So like, that's crazy. Yeah, we're trying to get to level 4. All right, so he caught the fish. Perfect. So we are now at the next level of the aspiration, right? So let's go back in here and look. It says we're now on level 2 of the Outdoor Enthusiast. Outdoor Enthusiasts want to experience everything nature has to offer. And the reward trait for this one we never even looked at is survivalists. Survivalists are happy, roughing it, and like living off the land. Sleeping under the stars or using camping equipment provides lots of enjoyment. And so for this next level of the aspiration, we need to achieve level 4 of the herbalism skill. We need to cook 2 plates of beetles over a campfire and eat 10 plants. Okay, so we didn't know about that. I'm not even prepared to start working on this. So I think we will get a book, as we tend to do, and he will read some of that at home. What is this that he wants to do? Write a screenplay from being creative. I don't know about that one, Asher. I think that might get you fame points, and that is not something that we're interested in for this challenge. All right, so he's done. We're actually in really good shape. He's celebrating the fact that he just completed that first level. Let's click back over to our other aspiration and see if any of this stuff counted towards that. Fish for a total of 5 hours. Yes, so all of the fishing that we've been doing here has actually counted. Achieve level 4 of the fishing skill. You know what? Let's just keep fishing so that we can get there. We don't have that much to do. Fish with bait. Do you have any bait that we want to give? Yeah, minnow. Let's use that. All right, so we're just going to sit here and watch Asher fish for a bit while I take a little hydration break. This is actually really peaceful. I don't know if you guys can hear like the animals, like the insects and the birds and all that stuff that's going on. So yeah, if you're Asher and you're really into like all of this stuff, this would be really, really enjoyable for him. And I'm sure as a writer, this is probably really good for like just inspo and, you know, taking some time to like let your creative juices flow. So this is good for him. All right, we're getting closer. I'm just going to start speeding through a little bit. At the very least, we can get through this first or this bottom task here. And then we do have enough fish to mount our bowl. I don't know if putting them in, like if we just got an aquarium, if that works. I know that aquariums came from like pets. So I don't know if the aspiration calls out specifically that it needs to be a bowl or mounted. I just don't know that we live in a house that would be randomly mounting fish on the wall. That just seems bizarre to me, but we'll do it if that has to happen. I think we'll do a little bit of experimenting first though to see if we're able to just buy an aquarium and put everything in there. All right, so we reached fishing level 4. It says Asher can now catch catfish and tilapia from fishing spots where they are found. With a steadier hand and sharper eye, Asher will have a better chance of reeling in treasure while fishing. Asher can now catch princess parrotfish. Fantastic. All right, so let's stop fishing. How are we on our needs? We are in perfect shape, but it looks like he does need to talk to someone. So let's introduce ourselves to someone. I saw that there were some people like randomly hanging out here near this area. Did they all leave? Who's this guy? Wait, don't leave, guy. This is Aaron Vance. So the problem is that like we can't have a conversation with the celebrity. So why are the celebrities the ones that are here? This is a wild plant. Let's just go ahead. Oh, we can't get it. We need to find like a regular person, non-celebrity. We probably should have talked to Caroline when we had the chance. Is anyone over here fishing? Just looking for someone we can talk to who is not a celebrity. That's just going to make things difficult for us. Also, why is my game generating all these celebrities? Who are these people? All right. I'm not seeing anyone. We might just have to call someone when we get back. Is this a person? No, that's a kid. Well, a kid is a person, but he's also a celebrity. Why? So far, we've seen, with the exception of Caroline and Kiko, everyone has been a celebrity here. What is the deal with that? Why is that the case? I do see a couple of wild plants though, but it doesn't look like it's giving me the option to collect anything else. So we're just going to head back to our lodging, and then I think once he gets there, maybe we will call Zoe, because we are going to be taking her on a date when we get back home. So maybe this can be like us initially setting up that date, and then I have to figure out where we want to take her. Maybe we'll do like a brunch or something. Yeah, we'll do that. So for anyone who missed the first episode, I did say that I wasn't going to just not use the other packs. I'm just going to be focusing on the pack that is on focus for this part of the challenge. So this part of the challenge is outdoor retreat, but we'll still go to restaurants. We'll go, to other places if necessary. We just won't do any of the things that are specifically a part of the challenge or the goals for that specific generation. So I will have him come upstairs, and he's been out fishing all day. He should probably shower because he is just going to be smelly. And then after he showers, we will give Zoe a call. I don't know what he's going to wear, but we do have to back up out of there. We can't be with him while he's doing that. And then maybe we will have him do a little bit more reading, since we never got to what was our goal? We were trying to get to level 2 of the research and debate skill. I still really want us to do that before we leave. So that's going to be our focus. And then maybe we will get another gig once he's back home, another freelancer gig. So he is done. Let's change. And I don't think I have any more clothes for him. So what can we change into? Well, we do, but like not stuff that we would wear while we're camping. It's a warm day, so he can just put his outerwear on. And then, or not outerwear, that was, warm weather wear. All right, so come sit down here, Asher, and let's give Zoe a call. Steady sit. Technically, we didn't ask Zoe for her phone number, and we still need to do that, but we're just pretending today so that we can get our social need up. And then let's discuss interests, flirt, get to know. Let's get to know Zoe. Oh, he looks so cool. Look how cool he looks right now. What a cool guy. Oh, what did I just do? I turned off my G-shape by accident. That's an interesting. Okay, so I'm guessing maybe this is the family of the people that we're renting this Airbnb from. Maybe it's theirs. All right, is he doing better? No, let's let him just chat with Zoe for a bit longer. And then he's doing really well in all the other areas. I think the next thing that I would want him to focus on is getting started. Did the conversation end bad? Why did you have a negative thing there? I don't like that for you, Asher. All right, how are we doing? All right, we're doing a little bit better. Let's do a little bit more reading. So let's pull back out our research and debate book, and let's start reading that. Let's see if we can't get ourselves to level 2. All right. So first thing in the morning, we're going to head home, and I think we're just going to plan a date with Zoe. I'll probably plan it before that. I'll plan it today. And then we'll go back, we'll go on a date with Zoe, we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure if they're compatible just based on the fact that that conversation ended negatively. I'm still not sure why. Okay, so he reached the research and debate level 2. Asher can now finish reading books in less time. He can also debate a topic with other Sims at a podium pair. I wish this was functional, because that would actually be nice. Seems like something that Asher would be into, like incense and all that stuff. And I think that's going to be really good to pass down, since the next generation is going to be spa day. Right, he's feeling flirty, which means this is a good time to set up that date. So let's stop reading, and then let's go to our calendar, and we're going to go to Thursday, which is TV season premiere day. Maybe we'll invite Zoe back to our place to watch that. Let's add an event, and then we're going to set up a getting to know you date with Zoe. I don't know exactly where that is. And we can't have it as a gold event. Cannot plan more than one activity event in a day. I wasn't planning on it, but I guess because of the fact that there's already a holiday. Did I pass it? Getaway, movie night, pool party. I thought the dates were towards the bottom. Romantic retirement, romantic date, get to know you date. There we go. It says maybe sparks will fly, or maybe the flames will fizzle out. It's time to uncover whether there's potential for romance between your Sims by getting to know each other better. Or maybe your Sims are already head over heels, and a casual date is just what they need to deepen their bond. It's bound to be an unforgettable adventure. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to be the host, and then the guest, the date is going to be Zoe. And then we're going to go someplace in Oasis Springs, and I'm pretty sure we're just going to do like a quick brunch or something. So let's do restaurant Liam Brunch Bar. That's in Mirage Canyon, and we are going to meet up with her at 11 a.m. Let's meet up with her at noon. Pass right by that. We'll do noon, and then we will click OK. All right, so we've got our date set up for tomorrow with Zoe. That's super exciting. So it's 8 o'clock. How are we doing with our mood? We're actually doing pretty well. What do I want him to do? We could read some more, or we could do some more writing, since that was the whole purpose. I wonder if there's insects that are only out at night. Now that it's a little bit later out, is there stuff that we can find out here? Because that would probably be the most productive use of our time, honestly. I don't know that we need any more plants uprooted. At least it's not telling me that we do. So I'm not going to be too focused on that. But I'm not seeing anything out here for us to go and collect. Even if we don't, though, like, I feel like we've made so much progress on this little trip. We got so much done. Here's some insects, but they went away. And those might be insects that we already had anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I think we might actually just head in early so that we can get back and go on our date. He did stay up really late last night, so going to bed early isn't going to be a bad thing. Why did we just make money? 648 simoleons on his day off. Cool. All right, so not seeing anything. I think we will actually just call it an early night. So does he need to eat first? Not really. He can have, well, maybe something light, because I know he's gonna, nah, it's fine. I was gonna say he's not gonna be eating with Zoe until noon, but I think he'll be okay. All right, so let's come on up here and use the restroom, Asher. Use, and then let's change outfit, and we're going to change into this sleepwear, and then you can come and brush your teeth. Anytime, pal. Oh, he's fine. He's going to take some privacy right now. And then I'll just have him come over here to bed. Is this a dresser here? Those are dressers. Okay. Go to sleep. Ooh, excuse me. I've got to stop recording like super early in the morning, or I guess what some would consider the middle of the night, honestly, because starting recording at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning is insane. But it's usually the time when it's like the most quiet in my house, and I work and I am a dance mom, so I've got a lot of stuff going on over here. So usually this is the time when like I've got a little bit of time to do stuff. All right, so Asher's gonna go to sleep super duper early. I think first thing in the morning we're gonna head home. We might need, why is this light on? Auto lights, or turn off this room. I guess would have been fine. Let's just do that. Yeah, so successful first outing to Granite Falls. I think I feel pretty good about this. We got a lot done. We are now 6 hours into the 10 hours total that we need to fish. We can actually go home and mount the last 4 fish that we need, or use the aquarium, whichever one works. And then we have already achieved level 4 of the skill. We also, I don't know who he's thinking about woohooing with, but we also wrote a book and we earned some simoleons, so we got ourselves kind of right back to where we were before. Did I miss this, where he completed a portion of his soul's journey? It says the road ahead, Asher's journey is just getting started. With this reward tier unlocked, Asher receives extra satisfaction point gains. Did they tell us that he did that? Was I just not paying? Oh, it was right here. Asher is off to a great start in his soul's journey. Okay, so that happened at some point while he was catching fish, it looks like. All right, and oh, morning wood. Okay, well, we're not gonna do that. So it's 5 a.m. I think we're good to leave our vacation early, actually. There's no reason for him to just hang around and wait. So let's get dressed. Let's put on, I'm gonna need to do some more outfits for him because he doesn't have anything to wear, I don't think, for his date today. Let's put this on. And then let's put your suitcase in your inventory. That's not what I meant to do. What I meant to do was put your suitcase in your inventory, and then we will brush our teeth. And I don't want to forget his laptop. I do have that downstairs at the desk. So let's go and put that. It's not in that direction. It's over here. Let's go and put that back in your inventory. So, put in inventory. All right, it's done there. Let's roll, pal. I'm pretty sure that's everything that we took out. Just want to make sure we're not leaving anything behind at our rental cabin. I kind of like the idea of him coming back here with his future partner. It's nice and like secluded a little bit. Looks like it's surrounded by water. Love that. All right, so Asher, what do you want to do? Gift from Mother Nature from Loving the Outdoors. Locate a fruit or veggie and select eat. I mean, okay, we've got plenty of those. So let's see. We've got some strawberries. I think that's the only fruit or veggie that we have. But go ahead and eat that strawberry. That's easy enough to satisfy. Get 12 satisfaction points real fast. And then we'll head home. Just eating like a random handful of strawberries that you did not wash out of your pockets. Hate that for us. All right, and now he wants to catch a fish using bait. Well, we're going to have to focus on that later, but he did get a little moodlet. It says it's just okay from eating a harvestable. That definitely tasted natural, could use some more flavor. I mean, okay, it was just randomly in your pockets, but cool. So let's go to our phone, and then we are going to end our vacation early. End vacation. This will end the vacation and send everyone home. Do you want to continue? I do. All right, so once he gets home, we do have a little bit of time before our date with Zoe. I think I might plan an outfit for him specifically for that date because I don't like any of his outfits for this, and I feel like he's already worn everything. So we're going to find something new and cute for Asher to wear on his date with Zoe. I think especially since she's like a fashionable sim, I don't want him to embarrass himself. And I've been recording for about an hour and 20 minutes, so I think we'll do the date with Zoe, and then that's where we'll end off. All right, home sweet home. He is hungry, but that's fine because he's going to be eating in just a bit. Do we have anything else that we want him to focus on? He doesn't have to work until 1 p.m. We're definitely going to want to change that because that time doesn't work for me. So I think I'm going to have him come inside, and then we're going to change his work hours. I don't know if it's a good idea for me to change them at this time, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to change them to like 8 to 5. I think that's enough time for the game to like update. So let's go to our phone, and then let's go to our work, and then we're going to register. It's in here somewhere. I know I've done it. Ask to change work schedule. There we go. And it's TV season premiere. Whenever you're ready, guy. Choose career to edit. Author. Author. And then ask to change work schedule. Still want it to be full-time. Choose time of day, morning. Choose days, Monday through Friday. Choose shift length. We'll keep it at 8 hours. That's fine. 9 to 5 or 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let's go with a 9 to 5 schedule. Ashercomb's new work hours have been confirmed. Please check the career panel for this new schedule. So now he works in 3 hours. So that's perfect. So hopefully before we head out, we'll for sure get like a notification to update or to request to work from home. So we'll make sure that we select that for today. But I think what I will do now is actually just go in and change his outfits so that he can be super cute for his date. And also I think we've worn all of his everyday outfits at this point. Fairly certain. No, he hasn't worn this one. So we'll hold on to that one. Or maybe we won't change outfits and we'll just let him wear that one to his date. He'll wear that one to his date, that's fine. All right, so in the meantime, he can actually be working on something. Why don't we go into, well, I was gonna have him go into the bathroom and work on his charisma skill, but we're not gonna do that because we like reading books. So let's go in here and sit down. And I'm going to guess that we're gonna need level 2 of the charisma book since he's on 4. Let's try level 1 and see if he's gaining any skill. If not, we'll switch over to level 2. Yeah, he's gaining no skill from that book. So let's switch over to the level 2 book, which is this one here. There we go. Now he's gaining skill. So I'm actually going to put these books away. I'm going to put the charisma book away for sure because we don't need that. So we'll stick that back in our bookshelf. And then what else do we need to do? Oh yes, I said I wanted to see what happens if he does an aquarium versus like fishing or mounting or whatever. So let's see what happens when we do that. While he's there reading, let me actually just go to buy mode right now. I don't know where we will put an aquarium. I'll have to see. Sorry, sneaky water break. All right, so let's search for an aquarium. I don't even know where those are in the game, honestly. And then I think I know that I'm going to put it in his bedroom because there is a space in his bedroom right now that just has an easel, and I just put that there because it was a vanity before and he didn't need that. So maybe I will get rid of that easel because he's not really a painter, and I will put in an aquarium and I'll just see if this counts as bowling those fish, because that's really my best hope, to not have fish randomly on his walls, because that doesn't go with the vibe. Maybe I could put them outside, like in the pool area. So we'll try the aquarium first. If that doesn't work, then we will mount those fish in the pool area. Whenever you're ready, game. So one disclaimer, it's going to take forever anytime we're in build mode, just because I have an absurd amount of CC, like a very healthy or very unhealthy amount. of CC. I think I mentioned before I'm at like almost 200 gigabytes of CC. It's disgusting. I've got a problem. So it's going to take forever anytime we're in here just to emotionally prepare everyone. I do plan at some point on cleaning some of this out because I don't use 200 gigabytes of CC. But it's just one of those things where like you just keep accumulating and you don't go through and do anything with all the stuff that you got. And the next thing you know, you've just got an absurd amount of stuff in your inventory, or Jesus, in your game. All right, so I'm going to just sell this. We're not going to use it. And then aquarium window. I could see this. This doesn't, no, that doesn't do what I need to do. All right, so this one looks kind of like, I guess that's as modern as it's going to get. Like in an effort to kind of match with the vibe of our house. Can we do like a dark wood? Because that kind of goes with the vibe of our house as well. All right, let's see what happens if we try to use this aquarium to put our fish in. Can we put our fish in here? Open. I'm sure we can put the fish in here, but the question is, once we do, does it count as mounting or bowling them? That's what we need to know. All right, so they're all swimming around. It doesn't seem like it does. Yeah, it doesn't count at all. All right, so we just wasted some time and some money. It would be cool, but nope, doesn't work. All right, so we still need to mount or bowl 5 fish. So we're just going to take these fish out of here. Open. Let's take these salmon out, and the trout, and the perch. And I'm going to leave the minnow in there because I guess having one of those is fine. Like, it's not going to kill us. And maybe this can be our wall over here where we mount our fish. Mount. And mount. Well, technically, it's not saying that we have to actually put it on the wall. It's just saying that we needed to put it on a mount. But that's fine. So we've completed that. Now we just need to fish for 4 more hours in order to get to 10 hours. But we'll just put this, we'll just have like a stanky wall. Just like a really stanky wall of fish that we have mounted out back in the Oasis Springs desert temperatures. And no one is going to want to come to our home to hang out with us, because who would, honestly, in that situation? All right, so he's doing a little bit more light reading. I'm just trying to see if we can get close to, and he's going to do some charisma today with Zoe, so that might actually be where we officially get to level 5, but at least we can spend some time working on it while he is waiting for his date. And then we're going to have him like get himself all cleaned up and stuff before he goes. I think the date's at noon, right? So we've got time. We're going to work from home. Let's look at what our work from home tasks are for today. Write a children's book and write a science. Oh, we need to write 2 books. All right, so Asher, we don't have time to read this anymore. You've got to write 2 books today. So he needs to write a children's book and he needs to write a science fiction novel. And I'm wondering if we're just doing it this way, if that can start counting towards the 3 books that he wants to publish, because that would be really good. All right, so he's hungry. We're not eating though. We're going to wait until we meet up with Zoe. So let's come in here and let's write a book. Let's go to write. And then I think we said children's book was one of the options. Resume writing. No. Let's scrap that. Can we just scrap that book? Scrap book. This one. And then we are going to write a children's book. Are you sure you want to scrap your book? Yes. So he's going to come over here to the computer to do that. I love that, like, I didn't even intentionally put like this notebook or anything here, but it's so much stuff in this house is kind of geared towards this challenge and what we needed to do. Hopefully it doesn't take him. Okay. I was going to say, hopefully that doesn't take too long. So let's, I like the idea of him having like coffee or tea while he's writing. So instead of doing that, why don't we come over here and I should probably move this to here because it's going to stay there. Like, it'll stay there if I wanted to. And I think it'll still work. So let's make espresso and let's do, what did I say his favorite was going to be? I said Americano, I think. Pretty sure. So let's have him come in here and make an Americano. Looks like it's working. Yep. He's going to make himself a coffee. Look agitated about that for some reason. And then once he's got his coffee, we're going to come in here and we're going to write for a bit. We're going to write our children's book with our coffee. I don't know why my camera is bouncing all over the place. All right, so let's come here and let's go to write. And we're going to write a genre book and we're going to do a children's book. That is the first of 2 that we need to write for today. And then our second thing that we need to write is going to be a science fiction novel. Did he already finish the coffee? I wanted you to have the coffee with the... fine. Just go right. Good grief. I don't know why this particular item has this like laser situation on it. It does the same thing in my other series, Tigers Don't Take Naps. It's a children's book, fine. In my other series, I just recorded an episode of Elle's Let's Play that I will be editing probably in the next couple of days. But in Harrison's house in Willow Creek, there's one of those and it has the same kind of vibe. So I don't know if that's like cloned from something that has lasers or if it's meant to for some reason, but it seems like it's just that item. I don't know if it's my game or if it's meant to be like that. All right, so it is taking him a very long time to write this book. All right, he's reached level 9 of the writing skill. Asher can now write mystery. He can also submit to Literary Digest. All right, so I think the goal for wrapping up this episode is going to be finishing the 2 books that Asher needs to do for work today and going on that date with Zoe and then doing the television season premiere. Tomorrow is game night. Fantastic. I don't know how he's going to spend that or who he's going to spend it with. Maybe we'll do like a party or something and have some people come over now that he knows their roomies. All right, he's maxed the writing skill. Asher can now write a biography. And I think one of the things that I did say that I wanted him to do in his soul's journey, let me see. He needs to, oh, he completed it. This goal down here was, no, maybe I didn't have it done. I thought I did. Oh no, I did. It was something about going to Granite Falls. So it looks like he satisfied that one. So for the next one, he needs to reach level 10 and declare life's finest literary work. I will be counted among the pantheon of the best writers in all of some kind. After mastering the skill of writing, I will pen a tome of the utmost quality. So maybe we can focus on that for the next episode, and I can probably declare it my life's finest work. Only then will I have reached the true pinnacle of writerhood. Definitely not something he's going to do today, but we can definitely knock that out in the next part. All right, so it doesn't look like he's going to finish this children's book before his date with Zoe. So we're going to have to come back home and quickly knock that out. But the problem is he has to write 2 books. So do we have time to invite Zoe back for the television premiere? We're going to have to do that without her, I fear. All right, so we're about halfway with this children's book, which I feel like is taking a lot longer than the children's book should take, quite frankly. We're at 11:30, so he should probably stop now so that he can get ready for his date. Let's cut that short, and then let's come in here and use the restroom, brush our teeth, freshen up a tad. Got a little half bathroom in here, so let's use this one. Use, and then I will have him brush his teeth, and then can we also like freshen up? Check yourself out. What will that do? Practice pickup lines. That honestly seems like something you should be doing before a date, quite frankly, but I don't know that that's going to help you as much as it will help you to check yourself out. And I don't even know if you're going to get to that, honestly, because we only have 18 minutes before our date starts. And you're taking a long time to do that. Yeah, we're not going to do it. Why does he have this? All warmed up from consuming something hot. Okay. Otherwise, freedom from drinking Americano. Freedom from what? Small, tiny cups. Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to be able to do it. Look, he just started. All right, get to know you dating is about to begin. Are you ready to start? Yes. All right, so we're about an hour and 36 minutes, and at least from my side, we'll see what ends up happening once I upload it. But I think I mentioned before, the plan is to not edit anything because I think that's going to make it so much easier to put this up. And while I'm thinking about it, in the comments of the last video, someone did suggest streaming. So let me know what you guys think about that. I wouldn't stream on Twitch. I would just stick with YouTube. But let me know if you would be interested in watching me stream this live. It's going to be pretty much exactly the same. I don't plan on cutting stuff out of these. It's very different from like L series or Harper series where I'm like planning stuff and oh yeah, I'm not doing any of that. We're just winging it here and following the challenge. All right, so he's already wearing the outfit I need him to be wearing. That's perfect. And let's see what, oh, she looks so stinking cute. Love this. All right, so this is Zoe's outfit for a date. I'm going to mute for a second because I'm losing my voice. All right, so unmuted. I'm trying to decide where we want to sit. Like, do we want to sit out front here or we have like tables inside? I'm kind of not feeling the vibe of doing that. And then we can also eat upstairs. So our choices are, I think this gives us a little bit of a better view, honestly. Like if we sit up here, yeah, let's choose this table. Oh, someone has already requested it. Well, that simply won't do. And you guys might not know this about me, but I don't play that game. So once I've decided on a table, if someone else has decided that they want it, I just reset everyone so that I can get the table that I want, because that's, no, I am the customer here. All right, so let's reset all of these people. Trade for new collectible with Malcolm. That's interesting. Do I know? Like, is that a thing that I've seen before? I don't know what pack that's from. All right. Resetting all of these people. Reset sim. And then just 2 more to go. Sienna. MC Cheats. Reset sim. And then Nancy. MC Cheats. Reset sim. So that should be everyone that's out here preparing to dine. Does that free up my table is the question. It doesn't. Who? Do I need to just wait until they go to it so that I had all these people reset. I'm just going to wait until they go to the table and then I'm going to reset them from there. That way I don't have to guess. In the meantime, we can be saying hi to Zoe. So let's ask her about her day while we're sitting over here. Ask about day. And then we will compliment her and stuff once we figure out who is sitting at her table. Is it the land grabs? It is, isn't it? It is. Definitely not. Yeah, you're going to get your feelings hurt because all of you are going to be leaving this table immediately. I'm actually just going to make you leave the entire place. I clicked on you because we're wasting valuable date time with these people. All right, so MC Command Center, MC Cheats. I think that's what I didn't want to do. I wanted to have him leave. So this is Jeffrey. MC Cheats makes him leave. And then I actually get a close-up because I never see these two in my game. But I love Jeffrey's makeover that I did for him. I think he looks so good. All right, Nancy, you gotta go too. MC Cheats makes him leave. And then Malcolm, So sorry, but you also need to leave. MC cheats, makes them leave. Alright, so hopefully they will skedaddle. Get away from my table. Thank you. Now I'm going to request this table for us. Oh, please don't make her want to leave. She's so disgustingly pretty. I can't even. All right, but you really need to go and request that table before someone takes it. All right, new personality trait, skeptical. Asher has become more and more doubtful and questioning. Skeptical or not, is it too much to apply some healthy reasoning to things? Embrace the change? No, definitely not. All right, please go request that table. So another heads up, I just realized that I have Zoe dressed in something that Elle is going to be wearing in a future episode. So just know that if you watch both series, you will definitely see that red dress again. Because I don't plan on changing. I think it's perfect for what she's going to be doing. All right, so he's heading inside. He is asking for the table. So Zoe is going to join us upstairs. Our cook is wearing a bonnet. Best Sterling, definitely not. So this is going to be nice. We've got like a nice view overlooking, I don't know if that's meant to be like a lake or what that's overlooking, but I love it. It's super cute. I actually want you to sit here, buddy. And she has changed into an even more fashionable outfit. Love that for her. She actually matches us a little bit better in this outfit. All right, so let's order for the table. And Asher's a gentleman, so he will definitely pay. All right, so it's brunch. So we are going to do some brunchy things. So let's start with our main course. What does Asher have a taste for? He doesn't have like any special food requirements. French toast, honey brick toast, spinach frittata, eggs benedict. I feel like she might be an eggs benedict girly, so I'll let her have that. And then what do I see for us? Maybe he'll just do the spinach frittata. Excuse me. And then let's go with something simple, like a coffee or something for breakfast. So we'll do a lemon honey ginger detox tea for Zoe. And then we will do an iced tea. Yeah, I don't have my coffees in here, so we'll just go with an iced tea. And then I'm gonna mute again because I'm still having trouble with my voice. All right, I'm back. My daughter is just getting over strep throat, so as I was coughing just now and trying to get my voice together, it occurred to me that she might have given me her strep throat, and I will be devastated. All right, so looks like she took care of that for us. Lovely. She is disgustingly attractive, so we're going to tell her that we appreciate her appearance. I might have overdone it with her makeover because now I can't imagine us dating anyone else because she's so stinking cute. Compliment appearance. Acquire the romance skill. Asher's new skill in romance will allow him to successfully flirt more frequently and romance other Sims faster. Asher can now research romance tips on the computer and perform a romantic introduction. At level 1, Asher can also admit to having little experience or confess having never woohooed if applicable, ask for love advice when speaking to friends, go on an online date. Asher will occasionally feel a little tense when spending time with love interests and will generally not perform too well at woohoo. He will improve by using romantic interactions and researching on the computer. He's going to keep trying to sing to her, and I don't think that he knows that that's not working. All right, trade for a new collectible. Let's discuss work. What does she do for a living? Let's ask her some questions about herself. Can we get to know her? I don't know that we want to have a deep conversation this early in our relationship, but I would like to get to know her. Ask about recent dates. I want to do that. Ask about recent dates. Yes. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Zoe just became good friends with Asher. Asher has learned that Zoe is a puny fitness influencer at Simletics. I forgot that I gave her that career. I want to see that. I want to play that. Talk about fantasies. Do not chase this one off, Asher, by being disgusting. Friendly. Deep thoughts. I do want to just get to know her. Discuss healthy relationships. Share ideas. Alright, obviously we're not going to be able to do that. Is get to know under small talk? I thought it wasn't. Ask about favorite color. We do want to get to know her, so we're going to start asking her some questions about herself. I don't like whatever this is on this plate. Not a fan. Alright, so we know that she's a fast eater. We've learned that about her. Are you glutton? I don't believe I gave you that. Oh, I'm clicked on the table and not on Zoe. She's going to get annoyed if you keep singing to her like that. Complain about sunny weather. Are you evil? Why are you just wanting to complain? Interests. Discuss favorite authors. That's something that we would want to know as an author. She's excited. I'm so happy. This is going well. We're definitely not going to be here for as long as this game is expecting us to be here, because how much longer is this date? 21 hours and 29 minutes? Definitely not. We have so much work to do today. Alright, what else can we do with Zoe? We've already asked her about her day. Can we just flirt with her? I think she might be the one. Let's flirt with her and then let's exchange numbers, even though we've already talked to her on the phone. Never mind that. What happened to the fact that you were supposed to be flirting with her? Asked to play hide and seek. Asher? That? I don't know. What kind of hide and seek are you trying to play? Zoe has learned that Asher's a freelance writer, fighting words, and that he is a short story writer at Walrus Books. And I did say that I also wanted to exchange numbers with her. So let's do that. Alright, Zoe, kiss the phone. Her phone case would definitely not be the same color as ours. I don't like that the game does that. We're just like copies. Seat this in. She's already sitting. Should we get dessert? Maybe we should get dessert since we want to sit here with her for a little bit longer. Let's order for the table. It's 3 o'clock now. It's acceptable dessert time. Alright, so let's go down here to the dessert menu. We've got some ice creams. It's a hot day. Seems like a good day for some ice cream. So let's go with the lemon gelato for Zoe. And we will do a mango sorbet. Let's do that. So we'll have some dessert with Zoe while we're still sitting here and hanging out and getting to know her. I really do just want to find where getting to know is. Getting to know. Okay, so apparently we don't have the option to do that. That's really bizarre how it just kind of chooses when it wants to be available. Giving relationship advice to somebody as a person who's never been in a relationship is wild. Asher, do not do that. Interests. We've already talked to her about books. She's a fitness influencer, so we should probably talk to her about that at some point. But I'm not seeing an option for us to enthuse about that, even though we have that skill as well. Let's just have a pleasant conversation with her. This looks like a randomly generated townie. That is the bane of my existence. My game is set up for this to never happen. Why are you here, ma'am? I'm gonna ignore her completely. We're just gonna pretend like that's not happening and enjoy this very scenic view. Alright, so I do feel like this is going really well. Their friendship meters all the way to the end. We still have a little bit of work to do on our romance, but it is just our first date. So I would expect that to take some time. Hopefully this lady goes and gets the ice cream and stops just standing over me, because that is not what I want. Ask a risky question. Do not do that. Zoe is a lady. Let's just flirt with her again. Maybe then he will stop singing so much. I guess he's singing more because it's a holiday in the game. That's actually really annoying. Romantic satisfaction begins. Asher and Zoe have a strong romantic relationship and will now each have independent romantic satisfaction levels. Damn it, Gavin. I'm on a date. You sure? Well, okay then, but don't be a stranger. I haven't been. We just met 2 days ago. High romantic satisfaction will make romantic or maintaining romantic relationships easier. Low romantic satisfaction will make maintaining romantic relationships more difficult. All right, so they officially have a romantic relationship, which I love. She is still standing here wearing this ridiculous outfit. Someone else is coming over with our ice cream. So I think we will have this ice cream. We will end our date. We'll have a nice embrace with Zoe, and then we will get back home so that we can work on our writing. I don't like how this looks. It looks a lot more like low res than it did in the picture. I also don't use these very much, the ice cream that comes with the game, but everyone appears to have loved it. So fantastic. So let's come over here, and I am going to actually, before we do that, let's just pay for the food. So end meal and pay the bill for 73 simoleons. And then I am going to give Zoe a nice hug. Let's embrace her. Hopefully that's not too fresh. And then let's end this date cheerfully. Date actions. End date cheerfully. Listen to Zoe's deep secret. Wonderful. All right, so we're ending the date. Oh. Okay, he didn't like that. Maybe he did. All right, did we end the date? Yes, we did. All right, so we need to go home. We need to go home. We've got a lot that we still need to do today. Very playful, funny conversation from socialization, on a roll. Keep the jokes coming. Feeling great from high needs. A well cared for sim is a happy sim. Made a new good friend. Feeling happy from making a new lasting friendship. Out to lunch from requesting a table at a restaurant. Who wants lunch in a sack? That just sounds wrong. Going out to lunch is the only way to live. Togetherness from feeling close with someone nearby. Making time for another sim can be a source of joy. Secret revealed from socialization. Hearing a juicy secret will make any sim giddy with excitement. Comfy from expensive furniture. Now this comfort makes the sim want to sit all day. Delicious dish from eating food. A very satisfying meal. I'll be full for a while. Smooth sipping from drink. A smooth drink will help make any day a bit brighter. Convivial from La Treats. And what is this one? Totally digging me from exchanging numbers. This could be the start of a beautiful relationship. And also he's fired up from socialization. A quick pep talk with a physically active sim can put a spring in anyone's step. Well, it is good that she is an influencer then at that. All right, so let's go to our phone and let's travel. We're going to go home. We've got some books to write. We've got a TV series premiere to watch. So let's do that. Bye, Zoe. Love Zoe. So stinking pretty. And we reached, oh my goodness, we reached singing level 2. I don't know what she's doing, but I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think I'm a fan. All right, so returning home. That's us. Taking another water break. All right, he is back home. We are going to immediately, I think, finish up that children's book, and then we'll do the TV series premiere, and then we will come in here and power write that second book. So let's come over here, and let's go to, right? And then write genre book, and it should give me the ability to resume, right? Well, where did I miss? Resume writing. There it is. Tigers don't take naps. Cool. All right, so let's get back into this one. Let's try and finish that one up, and then afterwards he still has to do one more book, a science fiction novel, but we're going to take a break in the middle and watch the TV season premiere. There's a huge premiere for a new show on TV today. Be sure to watch it soon to avoid any spoilers from other Sims. That would actually really piss me off. Like, I would be really irritated if that happened, even in this game. All right, so we're a little bit more than halfway through. Let's just speed on through this. Football team sports day is starting. Fantastic. He's in a really good mood, so even though he's feeling very playful and not inspired, I'm hoping that the fact that he's got his needs so high helps us to kind of get through this a little bit faster. All right, so it looks like we're powering through. That's good. And hi, Asher, your literary agent here. Congratulations on finishing your book. Send me a copy so I can read it and look over it. I can't wait for what you have in store for your readers. Okay, so is that what I need to do with this more difficult writing career? I don't have a copy of my book. Wait, where's my book that I just wrote? Did I not finish the book? I don't think I got anything that says I finished the book. Did he just stop reading or writing? Let's try this again. Right. Where's resume? Right. Practice writing, comedy, write genre, book, research. Email copy of draft to literary agent. Okay, so maybe that's what I need to do. Learning as we go here. Learning as we go. How long does this take? Please don't have any edits because we don't have time for edits. Thanks for the full draft. I'll read over and get back to you soon. What? Did I write it? Did it get satisfied? It didn't. So I have to wait for you to come back to me and tell me whether or not you agree with the book or like whether you want to publish it. Actually, that's really irritating, but I guess that's a lot more realistic than the way that it works normally. All right, so let's do our watch waltzing with celebrities premiere. All right, I would never in real life watch Dancing with the Stars, but that's fine. That's what the game wants me to do. Somehow I also don't think that Asher is the type of guy who would be watching Dancing with the Stars, and this is not Dancing with the Stars. This is World Adventures from The Sims 3. There's no dancing. The least you could have done is given us some dancing. All right, finish watching that, pal. Thanks for your full draft. I'll read it over and get back to you soon. Okay, but when? I have to turn these books in before work tomorrow. So I have to write that second one really soon. Otherwise, I'm not going to get what I need. All right, now we're in a hospital. So, Grey's Anatomy. Jay Huntington III is here, and Gavin, I can't with either one of you right now. My goodness. So it turns out Asher's new friends are very needy people. What is this? Let's go downtown from Angling Ace Aspiration. Pristine white sand where tropical water ebbs against the shore and the ocean is teeming with life. That doesn't make any sense. From Angling Ace Aspiration. All right, so he's finished that. Now we need to work on this second book. So let's start writing this science fiction novel. I can't believe that this is taking such a weird turn. Right. Write genre book. I can't write the book? I can't write the book until after they tell me if they're in agreement. Chat with literary agent. Is that going to help me? I need this book approved so that I can publish it and move on to the next book. All right, so plot twist. I may have to remove this expanded writing career from my game. It's going to make things a lot more difficult, especially considering this is not like his main focus. All right, let's do this thing. Oh wait, we got something down here. What's this? Surpassed all expectations watching the season premiere. Asher's mind is blown right now. The twists and turns came out of nowhere, and when the lead betrayed her mother like that, Asher can't wait to share these spoilers. Except you were watching Dancing with the Stars, buddy. None of that happened. Does talking to the literary agent get me my book? I know you're busy, but it's good you check in, Asher. Make sure you send me your latest draft. I sent it. I almost cussed. I sent you the draft. What are you talking about? It's 8 o'clock. I need my book back. I sent the draft to you. Right. Practice writing. Write genre book. I can't write anything. Do research for writing piece. I already did everything. Scrapbook. I don't have a book to scrap. Tigers don't take naps. I can't scrap it because I wrote it. I just need you to tell me that it's approved. I'm so confused right now. I'm guessing, like, how long does this take? Right out, like, I don't know. All right. So I think in my extreme frustration, I'm just going to end this part right here. I've been recording for, let's see. It has been 2 hours and 2 minutes. So I think that's a good amount of time for our second episode. I did mention I want these to kind of be longer. My thought process on that was kind of watching through other stuff, right? Like maybe having it on the background when you're working, or like me, like yesterday was Christmas, and while I was cooking, I was watching some videos on YouTube in my kitchen. So that's the kind of stuff that I was kind of envisioning when I decided that I wanted to set this up for a little bit of a longer series with no editing. So I'm going to stop the way that he looks because it's actually really annoying. This is better. So like I said, I'm going to end this episode here. I think we accomplished quite a bit. We got through the first level of the Outdoor Enthusiast aspiration. We got through 2 out of the 3 requirements for the first level of our Angling Ace aspiration. So we're making real progress here. Is this the first level or is this the second level that we're on? Yeah, we're on the second level. So we're doing really well with both of our aspirations. We need to start working on the herbalism skill. That's something that we're going to do in the next episode. We also are probably going to take Zoe on another date because I kind of like the idea of him getting started on the whole romance element of this and having a partner, so that we can start having babies, because that's really important. What else do I want to mention before I end this one? I think that's it. Thanks again for all of your support on the first episode. It's really, really appreciated. Thank you. And I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that other stuff. Be super helpful. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.